I literally cannot with these people. They're so ashamed of their own child that they're sneaking around like...
That's what I'm saying. It's up, right? How can you be ashamed of your... One, how can you be ashamed of your child? Two, it's your fault. I agree with me. Well, we're going to be reacting to our own video here. A not fair classic. Every time Horrid Henry's parents got karma, this is a classic 10 months ago. The time is flying by so quickly.
Got to be the worst parents in animation history.
They are, by the way. Yeah, they really are.
Look at the things that they do.
Morning, Henry. Morning. Don't be horrid, Henry.
What's that?
And he's not even there.
Disappeared.
What?
I think we might have left Henry behind.
I think we left.
You knew. You knew, Peter. You knew.
One where they send Henry to school with contagious chicken pox.
For the last time, Henry, get up! You've got spots!
Because the universe has its own way of dealing with injustice. In The Family Go on a Vacation, the seeds are already being planted for the ultimate karma that these parents will face.
Today is the last day of term, which means no more school for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Man. End of term. I miss that. On a lot of levels, I definitely miss school. Just the thing about half term, like an end of school and stuff, is it did genuinely feel like it was going to last forever. With like your concept of time at that age, it really felt like it was literally never going to end. All of a sudden, you're in your last week of term, and it's 7 days goes by so quickly, man.
So you can imagine the excitement that must be going through this little man's head.
So, where's everyone off to for their holidays?
As far away from here as possible.
Yeah, me too. At least I hope it will be.
He doesn't even know. His parents haven't even told him where he's going.
All of his things. Brought his pet hamster, Fang, and even gone to get his favourite treats from the kitchen. It's not France. It's not Spain.
Oh.
It's not Italy.
Oh, don't mention these countries after we've just been knocked out of the World Cup. Well, actually, mention Italy, because they didn't even make it to the World Cup.
We're going on holiday next door.
Well, just that, really.
Margaret's mum mentioned that...
How can you even call that a holiday, though? It's not a holiday. It's not even a staycation. You can't count that as a holiday. You're going a door down. Pressing on Henry a little bit. Why is he only just asked? Why has he been anticipating this holiday and not asked any sooner where they're going?
In what psychiatric facility did they find these parents? Honestly. Karma, are you watching? Going on a vacay next door? That must be a joke, right?
You can actually hear in between breaths, I'm raging so hard that I run out of breath that you're like, I'm freaking like that in between.
To the left. Well, for us the left, for them, right, anyway. Obviously doesn't mind. The kid doesn't have his own opinion anyway.
The worst child. And I'm going to say it, the worst child to ever be invented. I know that doesn't make any sense, but he's such a prick.
It's clear that his family dynamic is completely messed up. Here we see father, mother, Peter and Fluffy standing together as a unit. But Henry is left out on his own. Which, by the way...
I don't know if anyone noticed. I was like slurring my words. Maybe I'm like hypercritical of my own voice. I don't know. I probably am, but he's like slurring his words.
This is our real family. And that kid over there, yeah, he just happens to live with us. And even though there's a note on the rope that clearly said, do not pull the rope or else, well, we all know how Henry's mum is.
Yeah.
Don't we?
Yeah.
Bullshit. So they get to go on holiday, right? And they have to house sit. Which, by the way, why does that even entail them staying at the house? Why does that even... That doesn't
make any sense.
So your neighbour goes on holiday, so you tell your family and your son, obviously family, it doesn't matter, we're not going to be pedantic. Why do you have to stay at the house to house sit? Moody Margaret's and her family have gone on holiday, which is why they're doing it, but why do you have to stay there? It surely is the same, if not worse, than just staying in your own home. Like, Why even bother packing looking? Why have you packed looking? Anyone? It's a trap. I say that like I haven't watched it and already know.
He overloads the electricity network of the house. Nice one, Henry. There's no other option than leaving the house and going on an actual holiday. A taste of their own medicine.
It doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense. I know it's a kid's show and I shouldn't be getting annoyed at it, but come on. Even SpongeBob as a kid's show, it may do stuff that's ridiculous, but most of the time, when they're not being goofy goobers, it all makes sense. Well, to an extent, I mean, they're fish talking under the sea, but...
He puts them in the worst possible retirement home in history. Okay. Let's hope that forecast will turn out to be true one day, but we are not here for forecasts. Henry's dad takes him to work for a day.
I just feel on some level that Horrid Henry is a satire. I just feel like that was sarcastic. Like, I thought he was very much aware that everyone in his family hates him because that's the way they've all been programmed to think about him, you know?
Normally, that's an amazing experience for a kid, but Henry's dad is so afraid of his boss. He projects that fear right onto Henry. But Henry's dad, this man turns what should be a fun day into a masterclass in anxiety and cowardice. Instead of being proud to show Henry his workplace, he's terrified that Henry might embarrass him. Instead of introducing his son with pride, he's basically apologising.
Little black screen there. Bit of a gap in the edit. Mistake number one.
You have to do what I say too.
Oh.
Since Henry's dad was run by the boss, and even the boss's son.
Look at them. The animators know what they're doing. But fair play to them. They've created two characters that you look at and you think, I hate you already. Look at him. Even look at the way he's smiling at his own son and the way his son is just dabbing his face with a I hate them. I hate them.
The boss's son wants Henry to do something that even he thinks is a bit
Just every freeze frame, I look at this kid and I think he's a dick.
too much. And that's quite unique for Henry, because when Henry thinks something might be going too far, you know it's pretty bad. If Henry's dad would have given him advice like, do what feels right, or don't do anything against your will. That's not even advice that he should be giving to his son at that stage. That is advice that's life advice that he should be giving to his kid anyway, right? He should have said that at some point in his life to him. But Dad already dug his own grave. Here we go.
Good. Now I order you to put this stuff in the tea.
Remember, do everything he says.
My mum made me a cup of tea once when I was a little kid. Not a little kid. When I was, well, I suppose, yeah, when I was probably 14. Had a dead fly in it. Not on purpose. Wasn't a prank. It was just in the mug beforehand and she didn't notice. Ruined tea for me for a little bit, that did. Can't keep me down forever, though. Still drink tea.
If only Dad would have had a little more faith in Henry.
If he had faith in Henry, you could probably go, well, I can trust him not to do something stupid like that.
Simon himself also changes his behaviour negatively when there is someone who follows a...
But actually, interestingly enough, this is an episode that we've recovered recently. We've got a video coming out. It might already be out. I'm not sure when the upload for this is. Covering this, what a child protective service, well, CPS, a CPS officer would say, and this is one of we reanalyzed this episode as part of it. It's really interesting.
It's Parents' Evening, which is for parents that are actually interested in their kid.
Not to stray too far away from the video, but I think that was before I got my voiceover microphone. You can't even see it. It's too dark in here. The subject is lit, and that is all that is important. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was on this microphone. This is my Discord microphone. I think that's what this was recorded on. Crazy.
Great opportunity. An opportunity
For
to
frame of reference, this microphone was free.
see how your kid is doing in school, how he or she is behaving and developing. But Dad has a better idea.
Shall we just go home again, pretend we've been in?
We can't do that.
Oh, and if you don't think that's bad enough, then you might want to see what they have to say just before going in.
Oh, I was just thinking how funny it is that parents are so like their children. You're not thinking...
No. No one could possibly think we're like Henry.
No, because you're worse than him. Because you are the reason. You refer to him as horrid all the time. But why do you think that is? Why do you think that it's not been someone else's responsibility to raise the child? Ridiculous.
I literally cannot with these people. They're so ashamed of their own child that they're sneaking around like...
That's what I'm saying. It's up, right? How can you be ashamed of your... One, how can you be ashamed of your child? Two, it's your fault. I agree with me. Not Malteser break.
The real issue, isn't it? Because if they actually went to the parents' evening like normal people, that would require self-reflection. And they can't have that, can they?
I like how aggressively I refer to them as they. They can't handle that, can they?
Absolute beautiful poetic symbolism of these trash parents ending up literally in the trash. Apart from the fact that this is where they belong,
I dislike my use of the word trash. I prefer the term rubbish.
by the way, after this, they are actually directed to the main entrance anyway.
You could clean yourself up. You've done this to yourselves. I know you've been escorted there, but you could find the toilet, slip away, clean yourselves up.
Well, how the tables have turned. But instead of finally
They
accepting
deserve it, don't get me
to
wrong.
face their actions, Henry's mum's boss was invited for dinner with his wife. There's actually no way. They are hiding Henry upstairs so that...
Like Harry Potter, when...
Bed, but I'm staying up to play the cello. That's not fair!
As much as I hate Peter, cello, difficult instrument, especially when you're about 2 foot tall. That instrument is massive. They're like 6, 7 foot tall.
Hiding him. Do you understand the psychological damage they're inflicting on this?
I may be thinking of the wrong instrument. I may be thinking of a double bass. No, actually, you know what? Cellos are still massive, just probably not 7 foot.
And okay, to be honest, the last occasion where Henry was allowed at the table when there were guests...
What's so bad about a whoopee cushion? This kid is living his childhood. Whoopee cushion. Oldest trick in the book. You know, British practical jokes as far as they go. He could have done stuff a whole shitload worse than that. Not that bad. Overreaction, if you ask me.
Henry, both families spoiled their own kid rotten while basically neglecting the other one. Okay, maybe that's a little bit harsh, but the similarities are there.
Oh my god, wait. There's no way. I forgot that I made that comparison.
If you had to choose, who would you rather have as parents?
The
Henry
Dursleys.
Stokes or the Dursleys? No dodging, you must pick one.
That choice, if I have the Dursleys, does that mean I'm magic? Because if that's the case, I pick the Dursleys. If not, probably Henry's parents, because at least then I'm related to them, you know? Because if I'm related to the Dursleys, they treat me like a king. If I'm their actual son, they treat me really well. I'm a spoiled child. I'm more like Peter, you know, which I despise as a person, but would be nicer.
Treat your child like an embarrassment.
You have to be...
Something to act.
You know what? Even though he shook it, wow, more than shook it, he attached it to a dog. Even though he did that, right, you've only got yourself to blame. I have had my fair share of experience in restaurants, right? Corks, removing the cork off Prosecco and champagne and stuff is actually really dangerous, to the point where you're not allowed to let customers do it themselves. You as the bartender or the server or whatever, you have to do it, right? And so they're opening that and not putting their hand on it. They're not covering it. They're not keeping the guard on it. So what do you think's going to happen if they remove it properly and safely? And what a bit of a lesson for you, to remove it properly
You obviously remove all the stuff off the cork. You put your hand over it. You always have something over it so it can't just fire off because they do build up pressure, gas. And you hold the cork in place and you twist the bottle underneath it, right? Probably not from the neck, a bit lower from the bottom. You twist the bottle underneath and keep the cork still, because then that means if there's like a sudden release or something, no matter what, that cork is not leaving your hand.
You know, just saying. But what did you expect? If it's gonna blow up.
It's as if they are too stubborn and too narcissistic to realise.
Anyone else struggled to say narcissistic before?
For all of this. But didn't I say in the start that the universe has its own way of dealing with this? That it had its own way of making sure that justice is served to those who deserve it? The fact that they got that upset that they had to be decent parents is diabolical. Sometimes justice comes in small moments. Dinner party, an embarrassing parents' evening, but sometimes it comes in letters. But hey, at least now we know. The question is, will they finally do something about it? Knowing these two, probably not. I guess the universe doesn't always give us the parents we deserve, but sometimes, just sometimes, it does give these terrible parents exactly what they deserve. And that, my friends, is the most beautiful karma of all. Subscribe if you haven't, and cheerio.
2 more brilliant videos that's recommended. Something that I did want to go back to is the very beginning, because this is something that I still do, right? I don't think I emphasized it that much in this video, but I have. It's something that I want. If we ever do merch or anything like that, I want it to be on a t-shirt.
Horrid Henry's parents have got to be the worst parents in animation history.
The way I say history. Now, I didn't emphasize it as much as I normally do, but whenever I say a line like that, animation history, I always emphasize the history. Anyway, that has been every time Horrid Henry's parents got karma. This has been That's Fair. We're going to be reacting to more videos, so keep your eyes peeled. Give us a like and subscribe if you want to see more of these reactionary type videos. We're going to be doing various different things on this channel. We're going to be giving a bunch of different things a go. So keep your eyes peeled, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheerio!